Good afternoon, students. As we have discussed in the previous class, today's topic is cell biology. It is very helpful for the class 10th and 12th students. So let's start with the definition of cell. Cell is the basic building block and performs all the activities of an organism. The basic building block and performs all the activities of a living organism. In short, we can say that it is the structural and functional unit of life. It is the structural and the functional unit of life. Without cell, an organism cannot exist. So it is the structural and the functional, the basic building block of our life. Let's discuss about the cell theory. The cell theory was proposed by a German botanist, M.J. Skaledian, and a German zoologist, Theodor Schwamm, in the year 1838 to 39. The theory states that all the living organisms are composed of the cells. New cells are developed from the pre-existing cells. The cell is the structural and functional unit of life or the living organisms. Here comes the cell membrane. Cell membrane is the boundary of the cell. As we discussed, it is the boundary of the cell. It is also called as the plasma membrane. It is also called as plasma membrane. It is elastic in nature and forms the boundary of a cell. It has fine pores. Small pores are there, which is through which it allows only a few substances to enter. So it is called as a semi-permeable membrane. It is the active part of the cell. It is the active part of the cell. If a cell membrane is removed from a cell, it dies. So it is called as an active part of a cell. The cell wall found in plant cell provides rigidity. Rigidity means what? It forms proper shape. Proper shape. It provides a proper shape to the cell. This is how a cell is a basic unit of life and living organisms. Next terminology to be discussed is the protoplasm. Protoplasm is a thick jelly-like material which makes most of the cell. Most of the cell consists of the protoplasm. Again, the protoplasm is divided into the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Nucleus is also called as the nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is the protoplasm inside the nucleus. Let's start with the cell structure. Cell structure is basically divided into two categories, that is cell membrane and protoplasm. Cell membrane is also called as the plasma membrane. It forms the boundary of the cell. Plasma membrane forms the boundary of the cell. And protoplasm consists of the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Nucleus and the cytoplasm. Nucleus forms the center part of the cell. The center part of the cell is called the nucleus. Leaving the nucleus, other part are called as the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the place where the cell organelles, different organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, Golgi complex, these are located in the cytoplasm section of a cell. During a cell division, the chromatin appears as chromosomes and it contains the genes which controls the heredity of a cell. Chromosomes contain genes which controls the heredity of a cell. Chromosomes are chemically composed of the DNA, which is also called as a deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Within the nucleus, most cells are smaller in bodies. Inside this cell, another part is there, it is called as nucleoli. Nucleoli. This contains again the RNA and the DNA. RNA is also a protein and the DNA. Now we'll discuss about the nucleus. The nucleus is the largest and most important part of a cell. It is the most important and the largest part of a cell. It may have single nucleus or multiple nucleus. Single nucleus is found most of the animals, but in the exception case of some mushrooms and the human liver have multiple nucleus. And the RBC, the red blood cells doesn't have any nucleus. The human RBC doesn't have any nucleus. Again, the nucleus has the inner part which is called as a nucleoplasm and the chromatin. Nucleoplasm is the fluid part of the nucleus. Fluid part of the nucleus. Part of the nucleus is called as a nucleoplasm. Chromatin is it carries the genetic part. It is a genetic part of the cell is the chromatin.
Nucleus is present at the center of a cell. It is a dense spherical living body. It controls most of the activities of the cell. Mitochondria vary in shape and sizes. They are the sites of ATP production and storage of energy during a cellular respiration. Let's now discuss some of the organelles of the cell. Golgi complex are flattened sac vesicles and vacuoles. It secretes the hormones and enzymes. Plastids are the living structure that occurs in the plant cell. There are three types: the chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. The endoplasmic reticulum forms the endoskeleton and communicative network of the cells. It provides mechanical support to the cytoplasm. Lysosomes are suicidal bags. These are the sac-like structures that contains the digestive enzymes. Vacuoles are non-living clear cavities. It stores water, minerals, food in the form of simple sugar, and water products. Cell membrane is a thin, flexible, living and semi-permeable membrane. It protects the cytoplasm and gives mechanical support to the animal cell. Centrioles are the small hollow cylinders which help in the movement of chromatids during cell division. This is how an animal cell looks like, which is bounded by a plasma membrane, which is composed of various cell organelles. This is how a plant cell looks like under an electron microscope, which contains the cell wall. Plastids are usually present in the plant cells, whereas absent in the animal cells. Let's see how the plant cell differs from the animal cell. Plant cell contains cell wall in the addition of plasma membrane, but animal cell contains only the plasma membrane. Plant cell cannot change its shape, but animal cell can often change its shape. Thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel for such interesting biology chapters. Our next biology topic is cell cycle and cell division. Thank you.